Hello, this is week 5 from EDUC3343, assignment clarification. This week we are talking about chapters 8 and 9. We're talking about school law and ethics. And we're also talking about what are the purposes of schools and the reforms that have come about. So in the beginning, there are some PowerPoints that are very good, but what is really interesting is the video, because this young man has presented some really interesting ideas of how to get students to learn and to motivate them to want to finish college. So that's very interesting. So make sure you listen to that, because great ideas. Very interesting how they did that. School law and ethics. That is so important, because we have to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do the way we are. They talk about our rights and our private life. Is our private life really private? So is it okay for you as a teacher to go out in a public place and get drunk and make a fool of yourself? Because very likely there could be someone with a video these days, and that's not the appropriate thing that you should be doing to people. Or parents are not going to like that, to know that their teacher is being influenced by someone like this. So be very careful of your private life. There are many cases that are very interesting and give the legal decisions of all of those. So those are very interesting to read. It talks about copyright laws and fair use. And this is very important, because we can get in lots of trouble if we're not careful. This is where it talks about and educator rights and responsibilities. And again, I'm so sorry. Gives very different cases in the legal decisions on those. It talks about moral values, and we're going to get a little bit more into that in one of the assignments. Chapter 9, again, is about purpose of the schools. Why do we have schools? It's very interesting, some of the thoughts there of what a school's all about. It's going to make you really think about what do you think about schools, and the academic basics, the work, the reading, the civic loyalty and responsibility is what we're supposed to be teaching them. We're supposed to be preparing them for the future, right? We're supposed to give them academic basics, but we need to prepare them to be citizens, full-fledged, involved citizens. Because why? We don't want them on welfare. We want them to be working, responsible, out there making the world a better place. Empowerment. We're there to empower our students, to make them think, to make them grow, to make them come up with ideas and want to explore those. So very interesting chapters this week about different ideas. Your devotional this week is about Jesus prayed for you the night before he died. My life group is studying just this. We talked about Gethsemane this week, and that's where he prayed for you. So how does that make you feel that he did that for you, for me, and the sacrifices that he made? So why does that want you to go out and tell others about Christ? What is the motivation to you to make that happen? Okay, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on that. Interactive assessment, moral values. How do we teach those moral values? What is our responsibility for those moral values, and how we're developed? The book gives some ideas, and if you have some other ideas, that's great sharing. Are we responsible? Should we be the ones teaching the moral values? I really am interested in your discussion this week about that, because a lot of people say, well, it's not the school's responsibility. Well, if they're not getting it at home, whose responsibility is it? Interesting thoughts this week. Okay, the next one is reconstructing, legal rights and responsibilities. It is going to be a brochure, a one-page brochure that will be used to give new teachers. So you have this new teacher and they have no clue what their responsibilities are. You know, how do they know about how I'm supposed to work with parents? How I know how I'm supposed to work with coworkers? How am I supposed to interact with students? What are my legal responsibilities? Now, it says a brochure, so I want all of the information on there. Make sure you include misfeasance, nonfeasance, and malfeasance. Don't know if you've ever heard those words before. Make sure those are on your brochure. And if it's a brochure, it needs to be interesting. Don't just make it all words. So I'm looking for that, and I want to see your input on what you think is important, okay? The last assignment this week is a video. Now, when I say a video, that's a video of you talking, okay? Now, you can put some pictures, some graphics up there from time to time, the words, but I want to see your face. I want to see you talking. You can make it as creative as you want it to be. Make sure it's long enough to where it covers all of the subject. You are to pick one of those ideas, the school reform ideas, and talk about it, okay? I don't want to see a screen of graphics with just your voice over. This is my opportunity to see your face, and that is so important to me because I love putting your names with your faces, and that's very important. So make sure you choose one of those. Make sure you cover the topic very, very well. And I hope you have a great week.